Hi everyone, welcome to the January 2025 net worth video. This is the first video of the year, so it's so exciting to give you some background information about me before we jump into the net worth details. Hi, my name is Mona. I am 41 years old. I live in New York City, specifically Queens. I am single. I have one child who is special needs or disabled, and I own my own home. So that's just to give some context in terms of where I am in life. And let's get into the numbers. So my overall net worth for January 2025 is $775,982.77. I am so close to getting into the 800s mark for net worth. So let's see, maybe I'll hit that milestone in February, but we just take life one day at a time and see what happens. So let's take it all the way from the top. I am comparing the difference between January 2025 and December of 2024, just so that we can see the movement in my assets and liabilities and we can talk through it. All right, so starting from the top, starting with the assets, I have my Bank of America checking account. This account I use for my monthly expenses. It's about approximately $5,000 a month that I do use. So the balance on this account will essentially be relatively similar every single month once the new month starts. So balance in January was $5,026.09. That's a decrease of $131.19 from the prior month. My Ally savings account, this is an online high yield savings account. I have my emergency fund here as well as a couple sinking funds, such as I'm trying to save for Christmas. I have a sinking fund for that. I have a sinking fund for like home transformation or like home decor, home repairs. So there's a couple different sinking funds in there, but again, as well as my emergency fund. So balance on that account was $1,665.67. That's a decrease of $6,693.24 from the prior month. So let me explain, because that's a pretty big dip from the prior month. So like I said, my emergency fund is in here, but the emergency fund balance is essentially $1,200 of the $1,600. So it's very low. I am working on getting it up to $5,000 for this year. I should be able to do that once I get my bonus payout in March, but TBD right now is $1,200 of the $1,600. Now, last year, if you were following me, you know that I had started like a sinking fund for my daughter's ABLE account, and I had saved $3,000 for that. So $3,000 of this $6,600 is the money that I pulled to put into my daughter's ABLE account, and we'll talk more about her account a little bit later. But then, yes, the other amount I did take and spent on something personal. So I don't have any excuse for that one. So that's why I'm working on building back up my emergency fund balance in this account with my March bonus. So that's what happened there. All right, so moving on to the 401k plan, balance in January is $298,420.74. This is an increase of $10,837.41 from the prior month. I am almost at $300,000 with my 401k. I am so excited. I can't wait to get into the 300 just range and just get this balance up as high as humanly possible. So because the new year started, I was able to start contributing to my 401k again, because last year I maxed it out in March. And that's what I plan to do again this year. When I get my bonus in March, I plan to max out the 401k. So we'll see what actually happens, but that's the goal. So I have about $1,400 being taken out of each paycheck and put into the 401k. So for the month of January, that was approximately $2,800 that I put in, but the rest of the balance is growth. So that's a pretty significant jump for the 401k, even with me putting in $2,800 for the month. So very, very happy with the progress here. Moving on to my M1 finance brokerage account. Balance is $216,086.65. That is an increase of $9,265.79. I just, excuse me, I just made my M1 finance video. So for the month of January, I put in $4,150. But if you pull that out of the $9,000 gain, the rest is gains from the stock market because, again, all I put in was a little over $4,000. So that's actually not a bad yield and for 1 month. So I'm fairly happy with that. My Robinhood brokerage account. This account is just like my fund money investing. I'm doing crypto investing. I'm doing individual stock investing. The balance on that was $1,907.81. And that is an increase of $33.59 from the prior month. So again, this is more risky. I'm actually in the negatives on this portfolio. So I'm not truly counting it in terms of relying on it for any type of like future retirement. But again, if I can hit it rich off of individual stock investing or crypto, I at least want to throw a little bit of money in there. All right, then moving on to my Roth IRA, balance on that was $41,868.67. That's an increase of $1,119.96 from the prior month. Very happy with this jump in the Roth IRA. I haven't contributed anything to the Roth IRA for the year of 2025 so far. I do plan to max it out in March when I get my bonus. So that's that $7,000. We'll see if that happens, as I always say, but that's the goal. So this growth is pure growth from the stock market because I haven't contributed anything again directly to the Roth IRA. So I'm happy with this return as well. Moving over to my HSA or my health savings account, balance is $33,085.36. That's an increase of $2,943.45 from the prior month. The reason why there's a big jump here is because at the beginning of every year, my employer does give $1,500 towards my HSA. And then in addition to that, I contribute $293 approximately per paycheck. So for the month of January, the total contribution limit was about $1,794. So a big chunk of this increase is that, which is great, but I still had, relatively okay increase from the stock market as well. And my HSA, it's 100% invested. I don't tap it for any reason at all, including medical reasons. If I have any medical bills, I just cash flow that from my paycheck and just keep the HSA 100% invested because this is to take care of future healthcare expenses for myself and my daughter. And talking about daughter, so moving over to the ABLE account. ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience. It's an investment / checking account for people with disabilities. And given my daughter has a disability long term, her money makes sense to be in an ABLE account. Balance on her account is $44,220.11. That's an increase of $4,521. It's so funny. There's no cents at the end of it. It's like exact. So that was pretty hilarious to me. Like, how did that work out? Anyway, so the reason why there's this huge jump in the ABLE account, because remember I'd mentioned before when I was talking about the Ally Bank savings account balance going down substantially, I said $3,000 of that was a sinking fund I had set up for my daughter's ABLE account. So I did go ahead and invest that $3,000 in early January. And then I did put another like $350 into her account. So for the month of January, $3,350 went into the ABLE account, but the rest of it is growth, and I'm really happy with it. My daughter is 6 years old, so I'm actually extremely happy with where her account balance is in comparison to her age. So I feel very confident that, when she's 12, this balance will be in the six figures, which will be great for her future because, she will require 24-hour care and just a lot of attention and external care. So I'll need a ton of money. So I'm like, as high as this balance can go, please, stock market, help me to grow it because I'm going to need every single penny of it. Also, her Able account, I did mention that it's a check-in/investment account. I treat it as an investment account, so I don't tap her account for any of her like day-to-day expenses. That I just 100% cash flow from my W-2 income. So I have this entire balance invested in the stock market. So it can grow as much as possible over the next several years, while I am still working. And then my home is valued at $435,000. Well, this was the purchase price. Bought my home in August of 2023. I haven't changed it in terms of the value. So for all of 2025, I'm going to keep it flat in terms of value. So my total assets for the month of January is $1,077,281.10. So I'm also almost at the $1.1 million level in terms of total assets, which is really awesome. All right, let's move it over to the liabilities. I just have my mortgage. Balance in January was $301,298.33. And that's a decrease of $700.31 from the prior month. The monthly amount that's applied to my mortgage is around $400. So I did put about $300 in extra payments towards the mortgage. I am at that stage where the overwhelming majority of my payment is going towards interest and not the actual principal. So I pay about $2,100 a month for my mortgage, but only $400 of that goes towards the principal. So my goal is to pay off the mortgage early, but I'm not aggressively paying it off because I do want to focus for 2025 on investing and really getting my, M1 Finance in particular brokerage account as high as I possibly can by the end of the year. So, and then in terms of other liabilities, I don't do credit cards or any of those other types of debt. I just cash flow everything. And if I don't have the money to do it, I just don't do it. So that really helps me to not put myself or my daughter in unhealthy financial situations, and allows us to operate more in a surplus mentality versus a lack mentality. So if you take my assets minus my liabilities, that's what brings the net worth to $775,982.77. This is awesome. And I'm just so proud of myself because this is just pure grinding. This is 100% me. I don't get help from anyone. I don't get support from anyone. So this is just pure hard work and determination. And I don't say that as a badge of honor. I wish I had parents that could, that could have gifted me the down payment when I bought my home. I wish I had parents that I could just call and say, oh, I need $50,000 and just give it to me, because they love me, right? Or a significant other, right, who can just pay for everything. I mean, not like that, but just, I don't have anyone in my life that supports me in any sort of way. So yes, I am extra proud of myself because I'm like, you truly did this 100% on your own. Imagine if you actually had a little bit of health, you would probably be a multimillionaire right now. But, try to just appreciate what I've done and just keep on working, keep on preserving and pushing through to create a better future for myself and my daughter. And yes, I do want to be rich in the future. I want her and I to have a very comfortable life with her disability and all of her needs. I want her to get the best care, the best support. I just want us both to live a life of ease and peace. So that's why I'm working so hard now, trying to build my finances up so that I actually have the money to provide that type of lifestyle for the both of us in the future. All right, so that's all of the updates for the January 2025 net worth video. Let me know how your net worth did. I think we all should technically be up because the stock market, I think, overall did okay for the month of January. But let me know where you ended for the month. All right, that's all the updates for this month, and I'll catch you next month. Bye.